Hey everyone, welcome to the first tutorial in this series where I'm going to teach you how to use Duality. So this is what you get when you download the binary files from the GitHub. You'll find a link in the description where you're going to get this. You have two executable files. The first one is the editor and the second one is the launcher. Now we are going to use the editor because you're going to give the launcher to the guys who want to play your game, and we're going to remove some of the other files that you don't need if you don't want anyone else to edit your game, which I assume you don't want unless, well, you have a very moddable game. That can also be the case. So just start the Duality editor. I already have it started here. So this is the camera view. You have three modes. You have the game view, the rigid body editor, and the scene editor. So the game view will show you exactly what the game looks like when you're going to play the game. Now it's empty because we don't have a camera or anything, and there is nothing in the game, nothing in the scene that we can see. So this is the rigid body editor. Here you can edit the physical shapes of your objects in the game. And in the scene editor you can move around your game objects and rotate them, and you just get a visual feedback on what you're actually doing. On the right here you have the scene view, which basically shows everything that's in the scene, except it's in a nice list, and you can edit stuff really nicely here and select all the different components of your game objects. This is the project view. Here you can see all your assets, which excludes the code because we import that in a different way, which is not that difficult, but it's a different way, so they will not be in the project view. This is something that I personally really like. I like to have a prefabs folder and a assets folder. In my assets folder I'll place all my sounds and my art and whatever. And in my prefabs folder, I'll put everything that I actually import into the scene. So it'll be nice and tidy. So here you can only see whatever is in your scene and what you can actually use. On the right here, you have the advisor window. Basically, this shows you some more info on where you have your mouse. So if you have your mouse on the scene here, you have some camera control shortcuts. Here is the run button, the run game, play button. It's all the same basically. And I will show you some more info on what it does. So this is a nice thing, a nice window to keep your eyes on if you don't know what something does. On the bottom right you have the object inspector. Basically if you select a object here in your scene view or in the scene itself, then it will show you what the game object is made of, and you can see their properties, so you can see their X, Y, and Z values, along with the scale, and all sorts of stuff. So if you want to edit your files, your game object, sorry, then you will look here and change the properties. On the left here, the top left, you have the save all button, which basically saves all project data. This is the open source code button. When you press this, your code editor will come up and open up a solution for you right away. If you have multiple editors installed, you can pick which one you want to use. So this is the run game button. You can see what the player will see when he plays the game. So basically this will use your Duality launcher. Basically it just runs that. So the debug game button will launch the game through your code editor, and you can check out the console and whatnot. So this is the play button. You will see what everything looks like in the Duality editor. So you can get in the game view and control the game really fast and see if it runs like you want, and if it feels like you want, and change the properties of all kinds of stuff here. This is the next frame button basically. So if you just want to do one frame, press this one. You have the pause button. You can freeze the game and edit everything, see what the properties are, and the stop button. This reverts back to the scene back to the original state that it was in, and yeah, so that you gotta watch that. If you change anything while playing, then it will revert back. So you might want to write down these numbers if you think something feels right. So that's basically how you use Duality Editor, at least the interface. Let me just keep it at that, because we're going way deeper than this, obviously. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.